welcome back to another episode of Road Home Empower Yoga. This weekend, we're filming live at my beloved partner Maddie's childhood home in Orford, New Hampshire. And this is pretty awesome opportunity for me to bring my yoga back to my roots. I spent a lot of time here and became lifelong friends with Maddie's family. So to come back to our roots, which is what I've been talking about so much in the practice, your legs and feet, you know, it's awesome to come back to really where so many great things began. Let's come into child's pose. Let's bring it right down and let's get moving because we're losing light. Take your arms out in front of you and your forehead on the ground. Take a long inhale. Clear your space. All we practice yoga for is to get back into our shoes. And so the way that happens, inhale. Your lungs are a container. Empty all your container. Pull yourself up onto your hands and knees. And you're just going to take cat pose for a minute just to warm up your spine. You're going to drop your belly. You're going to stretch your chest and tailbone up. And you're going to look up. And the shoulders aren't by the ears, okay? We're going to start pulling the shoulders down. And then we're going to hug in. So you're going to press your chin to your chest, belly to your spine, and tailbone towards your feet. On the inhale, drop your belly, look up. On the exhale, round. Go ahead and take your right leg straight back behind you and take your left arm straight out in front of you. You're going to lengthen your toes toward the floor and press like crazy through that right heel. You're going to hug in your core. And you're going to take your left hand to catch your right foot. If it's possible, you're going to kick it back. If it's not possible, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not hopeless. You just keep that leg and arm lengthened. Otherwise, kick it all back. And lengthen it out. And bring it to the floor. And bring it to the ground. Go ahead, take your left leg back. And take your right arm out. As you exhale, bend that upper knee, catch hold of the foot, kick it away from you, chest wall forward, shoulders back. Breathe in, exhale out. Lengthen the arm, lengthen the leg straight back, and bring it in. Curl your toes under, press yourself up into downward dog. So your feet are hip width, and your palms are spread nice and flat. Spread the fingers wide. Press into the bones of your first and second finger. It's absolutely appropriate to keep a soft bend in your knees if you're just starting out. But you want to keep lengthening your sit bones toward the sky. Head drops, eyes land between your feet. Take an inhale. And exhale it out. Hips pull way back. Taking your feet together. And take your right leg high. Bend the upper knee and roll it open. You can keep your lower knee bent. That's totally fine. Flex your upper foot and just press, press, press. Roll the hip down. Land your foot on the ground. With your right foot stapled down, inhale the left leg high. Bend the upper knee, roll it open. Roll your hip down, take your foot to the floor. Look forward, walk on up. Feet to your hands, halfway up. You want to look to press your tailbone back, so your hips are going to press back, and your spine is lengthening forward. And from there, slide your hands down, catch your lower legs, and just drop your head. And then come all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart as you breathe out. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach up. Big exhale. halfway lift. Step back into a push-up. In your first high plank, press your heels and squeeze your thighs up. Don't let your thighs droop toward the ground, because then that collapses and trashes your spine. Instead, you press through the heels and squeeze up your legs. And if it's too much, take your knees down. And you want to lengthen your tailbone towards your feet. Look straight ahead as you rock forward, inhale. And as you exhale, lower. From here, press the tops of the feet down and straight back, upward dog. You're going to just open your shoulders up just enough. Palms are strong, and your arms are too, so drive them straight down. And downward dog. In breath. Your lungs are the container. Empty your container. Take another breath in. As you exhale, pull the hips back. Inhale again. Clear the air. Walk forward, feet to your hands. Halfway up and lengthen. Take a fold. Drop your head and ground your feet. Find your roots and drop your head down heavy. And just let go. And just rise up. Together, let's exhale, bow. Halfway lift. Step into a push-up. Palms shoulder width apart, shoulders right over the wrists. Rock forward, bend those elbows lower. Inhaling, upward dog. Pressing your heart like you're pressing it, inching it toward the finish line, shoulders back. Downward facing, out breath. Your breath comes in. Hold it. If you try to take in more air, you're not going to have any room. Empty your container all out. When you empty the space, you make space to begin again. Step your right foot forward and turn your back foot flat, and then reach all the way up. Warrior one. Your front knee is over that ankle. And you're going to squeeze through the outer edge of your back foot. Sorry about that. And you're just going to then, reach up. You're going to lengthen your arms. You're going to spread your palms wide. You're going to spread your fingers. You're going to squeeze up your back leg. You're going to press that right knee forward and press it open. And as you exhale, pull the hands to the heart. High push-up. Lower. You're stronger than you know. Lift your heart up on an inhale, up dog. Empty the air. Clear the air. Left foot, step forward. Back foot down, reach up. Spread the fingers. Spread a smile across your face. And just relax. It's just yoga. All you're doing is just stretching and doing a little strengthening. And you're opening yourself up, maybe in ways that you just haven't considered for a while. Bring your hands to the floor. No worries, you're exactly where you should be right now. Lower. Upward dog. Downward dog. Take an inhale. Clear the air. Feet will come together. And you squeeze your legs. You lift up your heels. You look forward. You bend the knees. Hug in the belly. Fly. Halfway lift. Shoulders back. Fold. Bend your knees and arms are going to reach. You're going to lift up your 10 toes. You're going to press through the heels. Pressing through the heels of your feet. Lift up your 10 toes and sit down just a little lower. And squeeze your thighs. Hug in your belly. Stretch your spine long and your arms. Lengthen them up. Hands to your heart. Bow. Halfway up. Step to a high push-up. Exhale, low. Press up into up dog. Drive your hands and arms straight down and your chest will lift. Magic will happen if you can just find your roots. Down dog. Take an inhale. Breathe space. Bend your front knee, step it forward. Turn your back foot flat. Find your warrior one, arms lengthen. Then open yourself in a warrior two. In warrior two, your front heel is going to line with your back arch. You're just going to bend that front knee forward. You're going to press it to the knee to the baby toe side of the foot. You're going to press through the outer edge of your back foot. You're going to lengthen through the arms. You want to make sure that you're not reaching so far forward, because your future, it's happening with what you're doing today. Reaching back here, the past, yeah, that's significant, but we can't get it back. So appreciate where we are right now, because, and love the past, because the past got us to here. Like at one point, this now that we're in, that was our upcoming future back in the past. And if we're not awake, we'll miss something. We'll be like, oh wait, I took a wrong turn. Arm is going to reach up. That's okay. Any road will get you there. You're going to take and move into extended side angle. You're going to lift out of your bottom shoulder. A lot of times I'll see the dumping of the shoulder. Stop putting extra pressure on yourself. When you put extra compression in the shoulder, you're putting it on yourself. Lengthen that left arm high. Then take the upper arm and stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Bring yourself back to warrior two, because you can. You're strong. You're way stronger than you ever would know. Then maybe your own mind would even allow you to believe. Pay no mind. Reach up. Cartwheel down. High plank. You're stronger than you know. Low. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left foot stepping forward, back foot flat, inhaling up. Exhale into warrior two. Front knee bending. Press that knee to the little toe side of the foot. Squeeze through your back leg and lengthen. Flip your palm. Reverse. Bring your hand to right in front of your face. Sit your hips a little lower so you still feel like, oh, my legs are still working. And just reflect for a moment with me on your palm. Your palm, your fingertips. Like you're going to leave your imprint on the world. And the world will never be the same because of you. Who you are. A lot of us have been living in a way that totally takes us so far from who we truly are. Who says you can't go home again? Come back to your roots. Lengthen it all up. In a short while, our time will be up. Like our own lifetime will be up. Are you living in a way that's really cultivating a fully lived out life? Extend through that arm. Lengthen through those fingertips. Lift out of that bottom shoulder. Roll it open. Bring yourself back in a warrior two. Pull your wrists apart. Let your yoga practice allow you to come undone. Drop in a little lower. Cartwheel down. High push up. Low. Up dog. Downward dog. Legs together. Right leg high. Bend the upper knee and roll it open. Flip your dog. Drop your head. Just let yourself give up a little control. Surrender to something bigger that will guide you. I'm giving you the advice I didn't pay attention to until this practice. And I missed out on big parts of my life. And my life could have been a lot easier a long time ago. It's just that I was in my own way. High plank, low. I had an agenda. I had expectations from other people to live up to. My life wasn't my true life. My career wasn't my true career. It paid the bills, it got me by. I even enjoyed it. Take your left leg high. Bend the knee, roll open, and flip out. Flip out. What if you just let something in your life just kind of take you and shake you and stir shit up so that you end up getting back to where you once belonged? Reach high and back. High, low, up dog, downward dog. Head drops. Let the breath go. Look forward and walk up. Halfway up. Fold. Fold where you press your chest right into your thighs. And come all the way up. And bend the knees. And sit down like you're sitting in your old Ville school chair. And hands to your heart, bow. Halfway up. Step back. High push up. Low. Upward dog. Downward dog. Take your right foot, big lunge. Go ahead and take yourself up into crescent so that your arms go up. You can bend your back knee and tilt your tailbone down. And you press through that heel. You're going to lengthen the arms up. You're just going to relax and you're going to breathe. You'll bring your palms to your heart. You'll turn your torso and you'll lengthen your arms away from one another. And if you can, take your right arm, wrap it around your waist. Take your left elbow, bend it, press your head back, kind of lift up, and then take that twist. The left elbow outside the right leg. If you make a fist with your left hand, flatten your right palm on top and press it open. Bringing yourself out to get your digestive system back to where it belongs. Downward dog. Go ahead, lunge your left foot forward. Come on up. You got this. You got this. Bend your back knee. Lengthen your tailbone. Stretch up. Take your right arm and wrap it all around your waist. And then, maybe I'll do the other side. How about that? You're allowed to mess up too. I used to be so serious all the time. Oh my goodness. It's exhausting. Lift your right elbow. Lift it up higher. Stretch. Press through that back heel and squeeze up your back leg though. Stay strong in your roots. Your legs and feet are your roots. Stretch up. And then hook it. The right elbow outside the left thigh. Fist, top of the hand. Press. If you ask any of my childhood friends, poor souls, there was a lot of heavy in my life. There was a lot of angst. Take your bottom fingers to the ground. Take your upper hand high. There was a lot of sadness that I just wouldn't go towards. I had a lot of grief that I just stuffed down. And I'd often take a bite of a stuffed crust pizza to seal the deal of just keeping it on the down low. And I walked around kind of heavy-hearted instead. Sad eyes. Downward dog. It's not who I am anymore. A lot of who I am, for a long time I had to be who I actually wasn't to get back to who I am. If my experiences had been different, I wouldn't have carried such heavy. Bring your knees to the ground and make your way out onto your back. But those were my experiences. And through the practice of yoga, I was able to find that I could bring all that heavy, all that baggage, just because I wouldn't work through some really painful stuff. I didn't know how. I was afraid of it. So I was very defensive and shut down to the idea instead. I talked a lot, but I wouldn't say anything about my feelings, and I wouldn't feel them. And through the practice of yoga, I started just kind of burning all that off. You know, like instead of burning incense, I just burned off like all this psychic luggage and like peeling layers of an onion. And I got stronger for sure, but I got clearer, but I got cleaner. I got cleaner in my head and in my heart. My digestive system, sure. But I got to a place where, because I went through the layers of grief, I was able to move through it. Instead of being on your back, just come on up and we'll work like this, okay, together. Right ankle over your left thigh, fingertips to the ground. And you're going to press your chest wall forward. You're going to pull the toes back, so you really access stretching out and opening up that right hip and that right buttock. Pull the toes back to keep that more active in the hips. Press your chest wall forward, drop your head. I use my mat to just bring my stuff there because my stuff was me. It was part of me. And I had to embrace it, to free it. Keep pressing. Every time I practiced, I started getting lighter and lighter. I had more energy. I slept better. My skin cleared up. I lost a lot of weight. And I just started to make peace. Left leg over, cross, pull the toes back. I started to make peace with my whole story. Take your legs out, bring the legs together, feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Hold forward. For a long time, I couldn't go towards where I grew up. A lot of pain, a lot of conflict. Life didn't change outside me either, by the way, but I changed. If there's people in your life telling you you'll never change, or if you buy into that yourself, pay no mind. You come to the mat, you get to experience yourself more than your story, more than every little feeling that you have and every little drama. You clear things out and you calm your butt down and reach up, legs out in front of you. You're going to cross those arms and you're going to stretch. And from that place, life didn't have to change outside you to find peace with it. It probably won't. But if your perspective can expand, if your heart can feel lighter, if you can just soften up on a hard ego as you increase physical flexibility, you'll be able to approach some of the thornier parts with love and bigger understanding. Bring yourself out onto your back for real this time, and stretch your arms over your head, feet flat, knees drop to the right, chin to the left. When you find that kind of peace, it's pretty selfless because you want it for everyone around you, even those that gave you a hard time or caused you a lot of suffering. Come on back. Hug both knees into your chest. Big squeeze. Rock back up to flat feet. And then you can start to return to some of your old haunts, old stomping grounds. Stretch up. Bring your right fingers to the ground, hand to your right knee. Take a gentle twist as you exhale. You can return to those old stomping grounds with a childlike enthusiasm and awe and excitement again. Twist to the other side. One thing that's never changed about me from the day I was born was I always saw the best in everybody, and I always wanted the best for everybody. I always wanted everyone to play nice in the sandbox, and I always wanted people to feel they deserved a second chance, sometimes maybe a 12th chance, to get it right, to get it right. And the more I practice yoga, coming back to my personal roots and my own character, the bigger I love people. The more you open up, the more you make peace with yourself, you make peace with the past. You start seeing the good in ways that maybe you never saw it that day, back in the day. I want you to keep feeling really good about yourself. I want you to keep promising yourself that you will not give up on yourself, especially if you have people that you're also taking care of and that depend on you and that need you. Most of all, I want you to come to Road Home Yoga and come to my classes and find me online or wherever you find me. And it's such a privilege to know who you are, and I'm rooting for your very best. Truly, my heart is clear. So all my love to all of you. Namaste. There's nothing broken. There's nothing to fix. Get back to remembering you're absolutely just perfect as you are, and lead your life with that off the mat, on the mat. It's all the same. Take care.